Hi, good morning. How are you? So today is Wednesday. My husband is off work tomorrow, and Friday got my face all prepped. I'll show you what I use. I've added some new stuff to my regimen. I use this, as we all know. I use this now because I like it. I use this. It's a growth serum. I got it on my eyelashes. I figured if it works for my eyelashes, I'll use it on my hair. Until then, we're going to use it on the eyelashes. They say it could take up to 3 months. I use this morning and night. I use this morning and night. And my new daytime lotion. Because when you put these two on, you have to have this on because otherwise your face will burn. And then for my nighttime routine, I have the two I showed you I use at night. I use this. I use retinol, which I'm bad out of. Bad out of it. But I have a new bottle. I'm ready. And then at some point I'm going to figure out how to use this. I've had this for a little bit, but I want to use it. Get used to it. But I have some more of this on standby when it's gone. I have some more of this on standby when it's gone. I think. Maybe I don't. Maybe I have to get some more vitamin C. But I have some more of this. But for the price it pays, nothing is going to be in this bottle when I'm done. Nothing. I truly love the number 7 stuff. I do. Perfect and Protect and Perfect. I wonder if I could use those together. I'll have to look and see. I'll check it out later. Anyway, so how's it going? Going good for you? Going good for me. So, I've been reading my Bible for a while. I just have some news to share. I've been reading my Bible for a while. And, I started reading, I got into the book of Daniel. There's just books that get my attention. And I got into the book of Daniel, and I was reading it, and I liked it. And then, you know, I moved on to other books when I was done. And then I also added in some new banana powder. Hopefully it don't make me feel old. I just thought maybe it would help brighten up a little bit more. Age, you know. But anyway, so I decided, well, I mean, I read it and I liked it. So I thought, well, okay. Started reading another book, and I started reading in Matthew. I started in the New Testament that I've been reading a bajillion times. So I thought, you know, I want to go back to the book of Daniel. For some reason, it just piqued my curiosity, and I wanted to go back to the book of Daniel. You know, in the book of Daniel, it reads about Nebuchadnezzar and how, this is stuff that I learned. Nebuchadnezzar was the king of Babylon. He was the king of something. I don't want to give anything out that I'm not for sure of. And he made this idol. And if you don't worship it, then, you know, you get thrown into the lion's den. And Daniel, I cannot multitask, it seems like, anymore. Daniel wouldn't do it. Okay, there's Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego was people that they wouldn't worship the God. So, or worship the idol. So Nebuchadnezzar gave them another chance. They said no, they weren't going to do it. He threw him into the lion, or he threw him into a lake of fire, or into a ring of fire, so hot that when the guards threw him in, they burned up. It's like 3 times hotter or 7 times hotter or something like that. And somewhere in there, Daniel got thrown into the lion's den, and the lions didn't eat him up. But I'm going all over the place because there's so much information in there. And then, you know, Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. I can't pronounce them hardly. It's like a tongue twister. They were in a ring of fire, and they never got touched. And there was a fourth person walking around in there. They was amazed that they was walking around in there, so the king got them out, and they weren't burnt. Their clothes weren't burnt. They weren't singed. They didn't smell anything like smoke or anything like that. So Nebuchadnezzar told them, you know, from now on you bow down to their God. And so the moral of my story that I'm trying to get at is, if you read the book of Daniel, that was prophesied long, like years and years, way back when it first somewhere around was around for not very long, you will find out that everything that's going on now is actually prophesied long before any of this happened, way back before you were born, I was born. You know, way back before the prairie days. It's way back before, I mean, I think it was way back before Jesus was even born. This stuff was prophesied. And Nebuchadnezzar had a dream, and he wanted, he called some people in, and he wanted them to tell him what his dream was. And they couldn't do it. You know, they said they couldn't do it. Well, if somebody didn't tell him what his dream was, then they were going to start killing. He was going to start killing people if they didn't tell him what his dream was, because he wanted to know what it was. So then Daniel went to God and asked God, please, can you tell me what the dream is so I can go back and tell him, basically, so they don't get killed. So he told him about it, and he went back. God told him what the dream was about, and he went back, and he got... he told him what the dream was, and he went back to Nebuchadnezzar, and he says, don't kill the men, I know what the dream is about. So he had him tell him what the dream was about, and he made him king over something, to rule over something. But either way, the dream is about, it was a prophecy dream that God had given him, telling him what's going to happen in the future. So, you know, like there'll be an empire rise up, it'll be destroyed. There'll be another empire rise up, it'll be destroyed. And, you know, and then eventually there's going to be an empire that rises up that's going to try to rule the world, and that'll be your Antichrist. And that's just a very interesting book. I went back to it and I read it again because I thought it was pretty interesting. And, you know, I just couldn't help myself. It's just, I wanted to know more. And the more that I'm reading on things, I slowed down in my reading. I mean, I would read it faster and then move on to the next book. I just don't think I was really comprehending it enough, because I'm one of these that, you know, I have to have total quiet. I can have my instrumental jazz music on at night and I can listen to it because it's just instrumental, as long as I got it down, and I can read and I'm okay. My mom says she can't read at night because she'd fall asleep. Now my daughter's the same way. Well, a lot of people are, but during the day it's hard for me to read because I got dogs that are up and down in my way all the time and bark at every little thing that they think they can see. And there's men working outside. So, you know, I like reading at night. It's my time to myself. It's quiet. It's peaceful. I don't have... They're gnawing on each other. I don't have anybody bothering me. My husband's snoring next to me. And I can read. To me, it's more quieter. I can turn my jazz music on and turn it down. And I only do that mainly because that's noise for my dogs, so that when I'm done reading, I can watch a little bit of TV and before I go to sleep. And it doesn't, it's not like it's quiet, they're sleeping, all of a sudden there's noise, you know. So that's why I turn it on. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. And the more I read, the more hungry I'm getting. I'm reading a little slower, and to be able to comprehend it a little better. And it's just, I love my Bible. I just love reading. Man, if you read that Bible, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. That's the one book you can't go wrong with. Every story's true. It's a book that's alive. It gives you everything you need to know, even the answers you need. It gives you everything you need to know. And if you don't get it, you find somebody that can mentor you. Like I found a mentor for me. And I talk to her when I need to. But I had a question for her, but I almost think my question was answered. I'm not sure. But anyway, it's just an interesting book. So I called my daughter. I told her, well, read the book of Daniel, because that book of Daniel it's pretty interesting. It gives you everything you need to know about what's going on now. And I'm thinking, nobody told me this. I kind of figured it out on my own, hopefully, that I'm right. You know, I tend to second guess myself a lot. But, I think it gives you, that is God giving you everything you need to know. So that you can, I think it's God giving you everything you need to know, so that you can be ready and prepared for this day and age. That's what I think. So, if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But I think it is God giving you everything you need to know for this day and age, so that you can be on guard and ready. And I think it helps you get on guard and ready for His coming too. But, you know, I don't know. It's just a book that has interested me, and now I'm reading it, and I like it. So, it's a little scary. It's an eye-opener, you know. But, yeah, I like it. So, I think I'm going to make some sourdough starter and get going on my sourdough starter, because I want to make some sourdough bread. I have some that I got to make for people, and 'tis the season. Now the air conditioner isn't on all the time, and now I can make it for people. And make some for myself that I can put away into the freezer, because now I have a little better room. So I'll put some in my freezer. My dogs are playing very good today. Nobody's eating anything up. Yesterday they were eating up the floor, or ate some paper on the floor. I was telling my daughter, I don't know if I ever want to get something with Lopsa-Opso in it anymore, because Benny is so hard to deal with. You know, a lot of the stuff that Charlie does, he does because Benny does it. If Benny wouldn't do it, I don't think he'd do it either. My daughter got a new dog. We go over there to see the pup. And if I take Charlie over there alone without my older dog there, then he gets along with the dog. But if I take, whenever Benny's around and he gets aggressive with the dog, so does Charlie. So today we're going to take Benny over there. I love Benny, and I love to take him. I would love to get him to see the dog. But at the same time, I'm going to take him over there, but I don't want to, because he's so aggressive, and he has to get, you know, he's so aggressive towards the dog because it's a different dog. It's not Charlie. And he has never been that way. He was never that way with Benny or Charlie when I brought him home. He just found him, and it was stuck by his side from that day on. But man, this other pup, if I would have brought this other pup home, I would have issues. Probably not now, because they've been together. They would have been together long enough. But oh my goodness, I was just, don't you even think about tearing up my pictures unless you want to live to see tomorrow. They would live to see tomorrow. They'd just be in their kennel. But anyway, I wouldn't hurt my puppies. I'd put them in the kennel, which would be really sad, because when I leave after a while, they'd be in the kennel. But I would never hurt them. I wouldn't have dogs if I didn't like dogs or love dogs. But either way, point being, I'm trying to get Benny used to being over there around that pup, because my daughter and me are together all the time. So those dogs are going to be around each other all the time. And her dog is going to be bigger than my dogs. And I don't want her dog eating my dogs, And I don't want Benny to be aggressive with her dog. Because there will come a time that if he does get aggressive and they're not around each other, that dog will stand up, protect herself, and she could eat him up. And I don't want that. I don't. So, but when you take Charlie over there without Benny over there, he'll play with the dog. He didn't have a problem with her. He'll go over there and he'll play with her, you know, and they have a good old time. But man, together with Benny there, they're just not going to cooperate with each other. Or they're not going to, it's like they feed off each other and they gang up on her. And I just don't want that. You know, so, and I can't do both dogs at the same time because Benny is just way too aggressive. And then when he gets that way, like I said, Charlie gets that way, there's only one of me and I can't control them both at the same time. I have one on a shock collar and I have one that I usually will just have a paper because Benny doesn't respond to the shock collar. And we've even turned that thing up to 100. It doesn't flinch. And the vet says some dogs just don't have, you know, they have a high tolerance. It just doesn't bother them. Hold on a minute. Dogs. I've had enough. You know, they were in my trash. One of them knocked my trash over. And I bet you it was Benny. I don't know what his problem is, but he better get over it real quick because I think I've had just about all I'm going to take. Me and Benny are going to have a round. So he doesn't think he has to listen to me. Well, he's wrong. So there's nothing on the floor for them to chew up. I guess he wants to get into my trash. He does that again, and he's going to wish he'd never been in my trash. You know, I broke him a long time ago. I'm not putting up with it now. Anyway, as I was saying, I just have a hard time with Benny over there. I don't know what his aggression is, but he's got to get over it because these dogs are together all the time. Otherwise, he's going to be a lonely little dog in a kennel by himself because I'm going to continue to take Charlie over there if Charlie's going to get along with the dog. And they're going to play together. And if Benny wants to be a part of that, he's going to have to learn to not to be aggressive. Otherwise, he's going to be in the kennel all on his own. So, I don't know what else to say. Anyway, I don't really have a lot to say. My dogs have done ticked me off because my trash can, I look over and my trash can's laying on the floor. It sounded like they was chewing on something. So I turned around and looked and my trash can's on the floor. How do they knock that stuff over with me sitting right here and I don't hear it? I don't get that because I can hear really good. So I just guess I don't understand what is going on, but whatever. Anyway, like I said, Benny's going to have to learn to get used to the pup or he's going to be a lonely little dog sitting in the kennel all by himself. Because I'm not going to stop going over there because he doesn't like the dog. I'll take Charlie over there because him and Charlie get along. And that's just sad because I don't want to leave my puppy out. My mom says, well, eventually he'll get used to the dog. Yeah, but I don't want him tearing her up in the process. It's stressful for me, you know. I don't want to deal with, why can't he just get along with her? That's kind of what I'm wondering. Why can't he just get along with her and not have any issues? I don't understand what the big deal is. You know, I've had 2 other dogs and they got along with the other new dogs just fine and they all became pretty much a pack. Boy, not Benny, he just ain't gonna have it. Well, he gonna have to deal with it because if he doesn't, like I said, he's gonna be a lonely little dog in a kennel all by himself because I'm not staying home. You know, and then puppies can play. You know, I want them to get along. Don't look for things to get into. Charlie, move. Out. Out. Now. Out. Out. Well, anyway. They'll get along. According to my mom, they'll get along sooner or later, you know. they pretty much have to be, Charlie, I think Benny probably have to be with him all the time. You have to get them around each other all the time. Right now, my brother-in-law, or son-in-law, is off of work for a couple weeks because he's just on vacation, and I don't really want to bother him that much. And my husband is on vacation tomorrow for a couple of days because we originally was supposed to go camping, and we're not going to now because it's supposed to snow. I don't want to be in on a part of that if it's going to snow. No, not me. I told him, I said, you can go by yourself. I'm not going to go when it's going to snow. Can you see all my... You probably can, but, you know, it brightens up my face. So, Benny, don't look for anything to get into. I started doing my makeup just a tad bit different. Finally getting used to putting this eyeshadow into my eyes without any hesitation. Get out of everything. Charlie, get out! I'm not going to yell at him all the time. I just have to get off of here if that's what I'm going to have to do. Anyway, my son calls the other day, or my granddaughter wanting to come stay or come over and visit, but we weren't home. So she didn't get to come over, and my son texted me later on that night and says, never mind, it's too late. So I called him and I says, okay, well, what did you need? And that's when they told me they was going to come over. Well, I said, well, we've been busy all day. So I had to do Miss Izzy's fingernails. And, you know, and then we went somewhere and done something. I can't remember what it was. Either way, I redone my fingernails. This is like the third time. They're supposed to be ombre. Do they look ombre? No, they don't. But, whatever. They are. So, they look fallish. And the next ones I put on will be Christmassy. So, I'm not putting on any more until then. I've had to change these. This is the third time I've had to change the color because the other ones kept peeling off and I just don't know why. I still don't know why they did it. But they peeled off nonetheless. So my mom's are staying on and my daughters are, my granddaughters are staying on. My mom, I went and did her nails and she says, well, these are my real nails, and they're staying on. I said, no, they're not, because you wanted me... Charlie, get out of there! Because you wanted me to put the fake nails on instead of doing your regular nails, because you said they was too soft, and they was uneven. She says, well, they're all uneven a little bit. No, well, whatever. She says, well, you'll see. You'll see. They're my regular nails. I don't know. I don't remember doing her regular nails. I remember doing fake nails on her because she decided she wanted to go ahead and do the fake nails. So, but I'm not going to argue with her. Let her think what she wants. She says, you'll see. Yeah, well, when you take them off, I guess we will. So, Charlie, out. I will, when I go to take them off, I'll take them off like they're fake nails, and I'll be careful just in case they're a real nail. Or I'll take them off like they're real nails. And then if they're fake nails, I'll be able to do a little more with them. But I swear I put fake nails on. Maybe I didn't. But I swore I did. But she says I didn't. So they're on her hands. She's got them with her all the time. So, yeah, whatever. Okay, whatever. I don't want to argue with you. That's fine. I know mine are fake. I can't grow real nails because they just crack and break. Well, they chip and break. They don't crack. They chip and break. She says, will you get out of there, please? Out. Get out. It's like having a toddler. Well, he pretty much is. He's 2 years. He's going to be 2 years old. November. He's not 2 yet. He's going to be. Anyway. Now what do you got? No! Hey, let's go flush him down the toilet. Come on. Flush him down, flush him down. You cannot play with a stink bug, you silly goofball. Hey, Tinky. Hey, Tinky. We don't want to play with them tinky bugs. He was playing with a stink bug. At least he finds them. Then I can do away from him. Charlie, get over here. Get over here. Charlie is a toddler, and that's not a problem. You know, I mean, young dogs act like little children. That's not a problem. Benny is 5 of them almost. He's going to be 6 years old in February. He shouldn't be tearing things up and attacking things and doing stuff. Well, he's not supposed to. So when you get these dogs together, it's a test. It really is. Well, my hair's sticking up. I don't really care. I'm not going anywhere fantastic. Going to my daughter-in-law's, and she knows it sticks up. Anyway, I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to talk to you later. And until I see you again, read your Bible, pray to God. I love you, and I'll talk to you later. Read the book of Daniel. Very interesting. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.